calm down. Well, I'm sure that's not going to happen. I'll be with you as soon as I can. I've got to go out to Newton Street. Mrs. Blaine doesn't sound at all good. Can you cover my appointments?
Of course. What have we got?
Thanks. Caroline's been called out.
She'll have to share a load for an hour or so.
Just what I needed to hear.
So you're taking the healthy option?
After last night, her stomach needs lining.
I hope she was worth it.
The men only do, actually. Stagnate.
So we're lucky to see you in at all. You could have woken up in Scotland or worse, Paris.
What's wrong with Paris? Riverside surgery. Hello, Mum. Yeah, I'm fine. No, I'm going to pop into town on my lunch break. Well, I want to get the outfit, don't I? But I don't know whether to get it in pink or blue. Yeah, but I do like blue. It's good to talk.
Oh, Caroline, would you please explain to this gentleman that I'm not some sort of latter-day Lee Harvey Oswald?
Dr. Caroline Powers.
Sergeant Finlay.
So, what have you been up to this time?
Oh, nothing that the local constabulary need concern itself with.
Somebody help me, please! Hello? Oh, excuse me, ladies. Do you think you could give me a hand? I'm a wee bit stuck up here. Come on, it's not that funny. It's just a mate of mine having a laugh, you know. If you go to my neighbours, they'll let you in, and then maybe you can come up here and just give us a hand. All right, thanks. Thank you. Very helpful.
A woman from a couple of streets away called us. His son's off school today because he's got an airgun pellet lodged in his left buttock.
And he says Marjorie put it there.
She said she was shooting at squirrels and the lad got in the way, but frankly his story holds more water.
Is she going to be charged?
And we'd be well within his rights. And this isn't the first time we've had to have a word with her recently. There comes a point where we'll have to take some sort of action.
She's being bullied by a neighbour. She's frightened.
If she has a complaint, we have to listen to it. She can't take the law into her own hands.
I'll have a word with her.
Oh, good luck. Dealt with more cooperative Rottweilers.
Hey! Can you help me, please? Come on, please. It's just a mate of mine, his idea of fun, you know.
Now, why didn't you just call the police?
Oh, if I have vermin damaging my garden, I have every right to deal with it in whatever way I see fit.
And what vermin are we talking about here? Squirrels or kids?
If those boys were on my property, it's hardly my fault they were hurt.
I wouldn't like to get on the wrong side of you. But all of this excitement isn't doing your blood pressure any good. Have you thought any more about the hospice?
I've never given into a fight in my life, and I'm not about to start now.
And neither have I, so be warned. And I don't like you living under this much stress.
Well, anyway, they won't be back in a hurry.
Well, maybe not that lot, but if we go with your conspiracy theory, there'll be others.
Look, it's my body that's addled, it's not my mind. I know who's behind it.
Have you heard any more from the supermarket company?
Oh, yes, that agent of theirs came back yesterday. I wouldn't let him in. He knelt on the doorstep and shouted through the letterbox. Said he'd come back with a superior offer, but I told him I wasn't selling at any price. No, I'm the spanner in the works. I'm the only person in the street not willing to sell, and if I won't sell, then no one else can either.
Well, no wonder you're so popular with the neighbours. At least if you were in the hospice, you wouldn't have to deal with all of this.
You know I could never be happy in a crowd of quitters who've given in to disease and are waiting out their lives in a sea of self-pity.
You know it's not like that.
It's not for me.
Look, you can't live here on your own for much longer.
Well, would you go into a hospice?
Well, that's not the issue.
If you wouldn't, why should you assume that I would?
Well, maybe if you told your neighbours about the cancer.
They'd be delighted. Or even worse, they'd be Yeah, be sympathetic. I'm not going to spend the rest of my days with them treating me like some pathetic old woman. I don't want them knowing my business, and I don't want you telling them. Is that understood?
Yeah, okay, it's funny. If you've got a mobile, so I can make a call. Come on, boys, I know it's hilarious. I'm not messing about. I've been up here the whole night. I'm freezing. I need to get down. Come on, do us a favour, will you, yeah? Come on. Don't go, don't go! I'll give you a fiver if I can use your phone. Oh, how about 10? 20 then! Aye, well, it's not difficult to exactly reach it, is it? Aye, you can do it for me, please.
Hello? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Tell him to stay where he is. I'll be there as soon as I can. Stay where he is. He's hardly likely to be going anywhere, is he?
You better not let me down, mate.
Dr. Powers isn't available today, so I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me, all right?
Joe, just got to pop out. Shouldn't be too long. Got to see someone. I would have fitted him in earlier, but he's been a bit tied up. Bit of a bind, but what can you do, eh?
Yeah, Rana, but what about your appointments? I mean, we've already lost Caroline. Couldn't it wait?
I've just been admiring your garden. I don't know where you find the patience.
I'd have said the same when I was your age. I'm really interested in my career. Yet, you know, that garden's given me more pleasure than anything else in my life. You'd make a fine gardener.
I can just about sustain a rubber plant. I'm far too impatient.
Sometimes you remind me so much of myself.
What makes you say that?
Well, your career's your life, and we've both kept ourselves single.
I'm not past it yet.
And we've both got a stubborn streak the width of the channel.
I prefer to call myself determined.
Well, I am determined not to let my garden be smothered in tarmac and turned into a supermarket car park.
You don't need to sell it if you don't want to.
Yes, I knew you'd understand. That's why I'm giving the place to you. I'm leaving you this place in my will, and I want you to promise me you'll have the garden looked after.
You can't do that.
Well, I think I'll be the judge of what I do with my own property. And anyway, it's already done. Signed, sealed, and lodged in a secure file at Nicholas and McCluskey's of Union Street.
Well, surely you'd be better leaving it to a relative. There must be some family.
None to speak of.
Oi, oi! Looking good, Danny boy. We've been nippy this morning, I see.
Some best man you are, eh? I thought it was your job to get me home.
I did. You're just on the wrong side of the door.
Aye, just get up here and help me out.
Well, where are the keys?
They're in my trousers, I guess!
Right, well, have you left to settle with a neighbour?
No,
What about the office?
I haven't got a spare key.
I'm touched, but I don't think I can accept.
My lawyer says it's all above board.
Oh, it might not be illegal, but it wouldn't look good if I start accepting bequests from patients. And besides, it would put me in a difficult position with the doctors in the practice.
I had rather thought I'd become more than just a case history.
Now, that's not fair.
So it wouldn't be accepting anything from a patient. It would be receiving a present from a friend. And anyway, you'd be the one doing me the favor. I need to know my garden's going to be cared for.
Oh, I'm not sure.
But it's got to be you. You're the only one I can trust not to be cajoled into selling it. It's that stubborn streak we share.
So it's not really a present after all.
Well, call it a flight of fancy, if that's what you mean. You know, I trust you.
I need to think about this.
I wouldn't have said no at your age. Moving into a place like this with no rent, no mortgage.
I don't know, mate. How do I know it's really your pal's place?
Do I look like a burglar?
And what does one of them look like, then?
Look, this is who I am. Dr. Rana Mystery. If I nick anything, you can tell the police who it was.
And how do I know you didn't nick this?
Were you born awkward, pal, or did you have to do a course?
Well, if you're gonna get stroppy about it...
Look, wait. What if I was to leave you a deposit for the ladders? A non-returnable deposit?
Don't suppose it'd do any harm. Help yourself.
How was she?
It worked out.
They were just lads being lads.
Really?
She's got it into her head she's better than the rest of us.
I don't think that's what it is.
If she isn't happy here anymore, why doesn't she sell up? Do us all a favour. Supermarket won't buy my house if she don't sell hers.
Been trying to persuade her, have you?
What are you trying to say?
Just thinking aloud.
Sounds like an accusation.
Why can't you just live and let live?
The people down this street could do with the cash that supermarket's offering. It's all right for you with your fancy car and your posh job. Some of us could do with the money.
Enough to frighten a lonely old woman out of a house.
If she doesn't budge soon, I'll be doing more than cutting the heads off her geraniums.
Oh, I'm sure the police would be very interested in hearing that.
Hearing what? It's your word against mine. Do I look like the kind of person who'd lob a brick through a bedroom window at 3 in the morning? Or empty a bin on a doorstep? Or tie up the door handles of her house so tight she has to get fire brigade to get home?
Oh, for God's sake, why can't you just let her die in peace?
She's dying.
A couple of months, maybe even weeks. Think about that next time you set your bully boys onto her.
What's wrong? You're not as scared of heights, are you?
Morning. Everything all right?
Man, do you owe me a beer?
Forget it, mate. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here in the first place.
Oh, at least we didn't leave you with one eyebrow missing. You still make it to the church on Saturday? Got some great photos there.
Yeah, but she won't be shown to my fiancée or my future mother-in-law.
Some temptations are just too good to miss.
No, you wouldn't do that, no, after this. Hey,
What's it worth?
Dr. Mystery, need I remind you of a little indiscretion involving 2 sisters?
Okay.
Right, game over. Unlock them.
Ah.
Detached villa in Newton Street. She has just bequeathed you £250,000.
Well, I can't accept it.
Would you rather it went to some distant relative she doesn't even like? She wanted to have it, you should take it.
It doesn't feel right. Unless, of course, I accept it on behalf of the practice.
Well, that would be a big decision.
And I can hang around. I could do with talking this over.
Yeah, they're around. I'll organise them.
You are joking.
I'm not. I never had a key.
Well, who did?
It's all a bit of a blur.
Fantastic.
We can call the fire brigade.
The fire brigade? No way. I don't want anybody else seeing me like this, let alone the fire brigade.
We could use a saw. You've got a toolkit in the flat.
Aye, in the kitchen.
How long does Miss Blaine actually have left to live?
Difficult to say. 2 months? 6 weeks?
Would it be ethical to accept?
Marjorie's had everything checked out with the solicitor and everything's above board.
It cannot be seen to be accepting payment in kind for national health treatments.
No, but if Caroline accepts on our behalf, it's an opportunity for the practice to extend its facilities and expand the services that we offer to our patients.
It's also an ideal opportunity for Caroline to set up on her own. Goodness knows partnerships are a long time coming round here.
We're not talking about a lottery win. I'm not even sure we should accept it.
Caroline said her patient had had the legality of it checked out. It may be legal, but is it moral?
I don't even know if I can give it to the practice. The main reason she's leaving it to me is so I can protect her garden.
Not very practical, is it? I mean, if you gave it to the practice, then her bequest is doing something good for the community.
And for our profit margins.
Profit doesn't need to be a dirty word.
Well, I think it's Caroline's call. She's the main beneficiary, after all.
Marjorie, what brings you here?
May I see you for a moment?
Of course. I'll come over to my room straight away.
Just be careful, will you? Don't worry. I did surgery at med school. Only failed it twice.
I have been a fool.
More squirrels?
Would you like to tell me why two of my neighbours have just called round full of tea and sympathy? After I expressly asked you not to tell them I'm dying.
I thought it might help.
Oh, I should never have trusted you.
Well, that's not fair. I was defending you.
They will just tell the supermarket to hold on for a few months and then they'll get my place for a song.
Well, it doesn't need to be like that. We could...
We will not be doing anything. I've already called my solicitor. He's changing my will. And I don't want you as my doctor anymore.
Well, that's your prerogative.
I would like you to hand over my case to someone rather more senior. Dr. Thompson's always seemed very dependable.
Well, she's not really senior.
She is a partner, though, isn't she? I could report you for what you've done.
It's a shame Caroline annoyed the old girl. Kate reckons that house is worth a fortune. Can't stop thinking about what I'd spend the money on. What would you go for?
Oh, I don't know. Take a lot of considered planning. Bali or Mauritius, Caribbean cruise, trekking in the pool.
I wouldn't settle for anything less than the five-star treatment. Oysters and caviar, candlelit dinners, champagne bar. Douche cat? I'll probably pay off my mum's mortgage and give something for the children in need. We're all hard. Riverside surgery. Oh, hello. Are they? Well, I never would have thought they'd go out together. Well, we don't even look alike. Well, you know how people are supposed to look like their pets? Well, I reckon the couple that are meant to be together look alike. Yes. Yes. So, Mr. Roberts, that's tomorrow at 4:30 then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Aren't you going to put that in the computer?
Yes. Mr. Roberts. 4:30. Dr. Thompson.
No permanent damage. Well, can't hang around. Patients to see. You know me. Chained to my desk.
Come on, there's no need to be like this. Morning. I was only trying to apologise.
I'm surprised you can show your face round here.
All I ask is a fair hearing.
Well, I suppose you'd better come in. I don't want the whole neighbourhood knowing any more of my business.
I've been doing a lot of thinking since yesterday.
So have I. And it's amazing. A night's sleep will help you to see things more clearly.
Things never seem so bad in the morning.
I understand now why you said what you did yesterday.
I was angry at the way she was talking about you.
So I'm not going to take the matter any further, but I still don't want you as my doctor anymore.
Fine, but about the house, I think I found a way in which we can safeguard your garden.
This house is no longer any of your business.
A way in which your house will be well maintained and your garden will be treasured by people who love it as much as you.
I don't think you understand how much trust I had in you. And to have that trust thrown in my face the way you did yesterday is not very easy to take.
I understand that you're angry with me, but listen to my idea. I know of an organisation who would love a building like this.
If I wouldn't sell it to the supermarket, I'm hardly likely to sell it to a company who'll turn it into offices and have a forecourt full of Jaguars outside.
I can't imagine an organisation who would use it more sympathetically.
Hello there. Can I have a wee chat with Rana?
I'm afraid Dr. Mister's busy at the moment.
But this is personal.
Well, actually, he's just with his last patient.
Yeah. Could you just tell him that Dan Thomas is here?
Yeah? See?
Cheers.
Hello, Riverside Surgery. No, I'm afraid Jo is busy at the moment. Yes, and she's likely to be busy for the rest of the day, sorry. Yes, I will tell her that you've called. Jo, how many times have I told you that, there's a time and a place for personal Hang on a second. Hello, Riverside Surgery. Oh, hello, Mummy. How are you?
Doesn't Kate know about personal calls during surgery hours? Jo, could you make an appointment for Mr. P for next month, please? Mr. Partridge, I'll see you then.
Thank you, Doctor.
Shall I write it down for you?
Book 'em down,
Yeah, very funny.
Come on through.
It's like a night of the living dead out there, man.
Yeah, that's the problem with being a GP. People only come see when they're sick. So, what gets you out of your bondage gear then?
You're wasted in here, Rana. You should be on the stage. I just thought that maybe I owed you that drink after all.
Here are the dog. Excellent.
You ready now?
Let's do it.
So, whereabouts is your local?
It's down there, mate.
Come on, down! Hold still! Come on, mate. Come on. There we go. Let's see if it's still cracking the funnies after a couple of hours in these, eh? Just for good measure.
Stop! Come on! Mate, I was the one that let you out!
Yeah, only after you set me up in the first place. You know, the trouble with you is, you're tied to your job.
Oh, come on, Dan. All right, ha, very funny.
Unchain my heart.
Oh, Dad! Daddy boy!
Plenty of space for the children. You would have to make many alterations at all. Hello, this is Mrs. Crane from the Hospice Association. She wants to talk to you about converting your house into one of the hospices.
I'm pleased to meet you.
This place would be perfect for us. The hospice I want to build will be specifically for children. They'd love to have a garden like this to play in.
Let's discuss it indoors, shall we? I'm not accustomed to airing my private business in public. I can handle things from here, thank you. And I'd be grateful if you'd pass my case notes on to Dr. Thompson.
Of course.
Anyone in there, Kate? Anushka, Steve? Joe! Somebody... Anushka, thank goodness. My mate Dan, he's got a key, he's gone over there somewhere.